During a 40-mile trip, Marla traveled at an average speed of X miles per hour for the first Y miles of the trip. So let me quickly draw the figure. So we have a 40-mile trip here in total, and Marla traveled at an average speed of X for the first Y miles. Let's assume that this is Y miles and the speed here maintained is X miles per hour. Now, and at an average of 1.25x miles per hour for the last 40 minus y miles, where the speed maintained is 1.25x miles per hour. The time that Marla took to travel the 40 mile, this entire distance, was what percent of the time? Okay, let's quickly calculate the actual time. Actual time will be equal to the the two timings of these two different journeys, and we already know that time is equal to distance over the speed. So the first time is y over x, the second time is 40 minus y over 1.25x. So we can simplify this and get 1.25x as denominator, and we have 0.25y plus 40 the numerator. This is the actual time, and the question is, if the time that Marla took to travel was what percent of the time it would have taken her if she had traveled the average speed of x miles per hour. So the question is that actual time is what percentage of the estimated time at a speed of x. So now we have the actual time, which is 0.25y plus 40 divided by 1.25x, and the estimated time if she had traveled the entire distance at a speed of x miles per hour would have been 40 over x, and we have to calculate the value of this. So we now certainly understand what we have to find to answer this question. This can be cancelled out. So now we have 2.5y plus 400 divided by 1.25 times 5, which is 1.25 times 4, which is 5. We have to find out the value of this expression. To find out the value of this expression, all that we need to know is simply the value of y. That's it. So now let's look at the first statement. The first statement says x is equal to 48. Clearly not sufficient because our final expression is free from x, so we don't need it. Option A and D are clearly out. Now we look at statement 2, which says that y is equal to 20. Clearly sufficient because using this we can find out the value of this expression, which is unique, and hence the second statement alone is sufficient to answer the question, but first is not. So in this question, all you need to learn and take away is to simplify the question first before you go to the statements, because this helps us look at what do we need, and we very objectively look at the statements and find out what is useful information and what is not. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching this video.